here?
Oh, we're starting now?
Yeah, right away, no?
Yeah.
Welcome back.
No, it's not welcome
Good
back. We're
Lord.
just, this is,
It's welcome back.
it's welcome back. Sure. I just have a bunch of different movies that came out last year.
It's been too
and
long.
Series that it was just a boring year for movies, to be honest with you. 2024. It was the end of the Marvel era, and some of those flicks that came out, I thought were going to be legendary. Like when Ridley Scott joined up again and was like, okay, we're going to do Gladiator 2.
Oh.
I was just
I was ecstatic.
I couldn't wait to see
Well,
what they were going to do.
in the back of my mind, I was like, but why? It's been so long.
Yes and no, because it's so simply to say that Lucius goes on to do something. That's
Yeah,
so
but that
easy.
wasn't even the story in the first one.
What do you mean?
I guess the Lucius, but the first one was wrapped up.
It wasn't really wrapped up. I mean, it ended and like they kept going, but like it was perfect to play into like, okay, that Lucius, saying is going to have some type of like revenge, or somebody's going to go after him, or something like that. So I'm glad it was easy to transition, but it was an absolute terrible attempt to do a sequel on that.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that movie at all.
Absolutely terrible.
Gladiator 2 was not it.
No, I couldn't get when Denzel signed on as that. He was like Frank Lucas in American Gangster.
When I heard he was going to be in it, I was like, oh, okay, we're getting some names in here.
I definitely was. Well, what's the kid's name? What's the guy's name? The young actor's name is what?
The young actor?
Uh-huh.
Paul Mescal.
And he did a good
Lucius.
job. Yeah, Lucius. Yeah, he did a good job. But they were setting him up like it was just like all like one-liners and like one little like thing, like little scenes and cuts.
The story was weird, and then the opening scene with the monkeys that he fought, I was like, what? Whoa.
That was a little weird, and he was making the vampire face.
Yeah, when he went,
I was like, what's where are we going with this, boys? Where are we going with this, boys? That was a little trippy, but I just thought it was going to be. It was cool how they said, okay, as soon as Commodus died, they were going after Lucius because he was young and they wanted to take over. Mm-hmm. So yes, running and hiding him is cool. Go him up, but do the Braveheart thing. Have him go off with some kind of like person that's gonna like treat him up and smart him up,
train him or something, not just goodbye.
And then he comes back. He builds the army, has an army, takes over, or something like that. But it was just weird how they jumped around.
They tried to make him his dad, and he's not.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
His dad was the warrior leader, general, and they tried to do the same thing on the little boat scene where they showed him, and he was like, "Come on, rally up."
The two,
you know what I mean?
Yes, but the two brothers that eventually had taken over, they did a good job about being like real, like.
Oh, they seemed like they existed then.
For sure, they seemed there, and then one like was like riddled with like syphilis or whatever he had, so he was like all.
He was going crazy.
He was like going crazy, and then the other one, they just did a good job of being real like deceitful kind of like men, like you know what I mean. Like I'm just gonna basically do whatever.
Well, they were
I want
going
with
after
my
each
money.
other in the end.
Yeah,
there,
like do whatever I want with my money. I'm gonna live however I want. My rules aren't gonna be fair. Like I'm not gonna be fair. I basically just have power, and I'm gonna abuse the fuck out of it. That's what I thought they portrayed, like that kind of like person back then. It gave.
Well, I'm pretty sure they were real people. There's a couple of people in this movie that were real people.
For sure. Like I know Denzel's character had some type of truth to it too, which he did play a good character. And you know what? No, but listen,
let's back up. Let me back up to when I saw the trailer. When I saw the trailer for Gladiator 2.
It was like Frank Lucas, American Gangster.
That's what I thought.
I was like, what the fuck's
I was like, well, he's not even changing his accent.
No. He was basically
he's just
like,
from
give
New York.
Me the fucking money. The check. Yes, I'm wanting to retire soon. But if you had to judge, like the movie sucked. I did not like it.
No.
Gladiator 2, I get it. But if you had to judge the movie, Denzel did a good job.
He did the best of the amongst
Of the monks?
amongst the other actors.
The whole fucking cast stunk it up. And you know what I felt bad for? Is the mom.
I was going to say, even her.
She was desperately trying to... I haven't seen her since the first one. Yeah, I know she had that Hollywood fucking blowout.
Well, somebody was saying, they go, if you have Botox, you shouldn't be allowed to be in movies like that.
Well, no, because there's no facial change. She's like, I'm excited.
Oh my God, I haven't seen you in 20 years.
I'm manager. So that I didn't like, but she was desperately trying to be like, this movie's awesome. Like, I'm going to kill this part. Or like she was like overly pouring her parts and like acting, I felt like. And I was like, all right, what's going on here?
See, I didn't feel she was even doing enough. I was like, ooh.
I just felt like she was trying so hard, and I was like, stop.
You know who did do good is Pedro Pascal.
He did good, not as much as Denzel. The whole entire time at the end of the movie, at least Denzel got fucked. People were like, holy shit, he was in charge of everything.
But it was a little much. When he came riding in on the horse at the end there, yeah, I about walked out of the theater.
For sure.
I about left the whole movie and was like, I get it.
When he came trotting in, I was like, oh, God.
What's happening here?
Okay, here we go. What are we doing here, boys? I think what it was is Ridley Scott was like, you know what, if I don't do it now because the fans are pushing for it, I'm not going to make no money at all. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at least he pushed some
the
poopy
story
out.
he got together a good enough of a story.
Between the tickets and whatever he sells online and whatever he sells streaming wise, he'll eventually, like, they'll make even on that dog shit, whatever picture they call that.
There's just the story with why am I losing the name of the dad? Who's the first movie?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Maximus Decimus Meridius. Him. They made it seem like he's banned. We scratched his name out. Doesn't exist. But right around the corner, we have his armor and a shrine to him.
And no one goes back there. It's just like a secret thing. But out here, we fucking scratched this shit out.
He doesn't exist. Don't talk about him.
It's in stone. We scratched it out.
But,
sir,
2 tickets to the right. They have a show for Maximus.
If you just cut to the left History Channel. Bit, huge open area. It's like a bar in there.
With his armor on the wall,
with his sword. On the wall, and then like the sun,
even his saying,
and then like Lucius, like, what are you gonna do? Lucius comes back and he's like, okay, take this
my armor,
and then Sargento and Magento, or I was like, okay, here we go, people. Like,
it wasn't selling it for me.
It was cornball. I feel bad for the kid, Lucius, that actor, because he was trying to do a good job, and it was like, damn, the story is just thrown to a muck and mush, and
I think he's as good as an actor as that Craven guy. It's
for
like
sure. You're almost there.
Almost there.
You're almost there. You're almost there for sure. But other than that, man,
because Maximus is acting in the first one.
Okay, first of all, let's just go out and say that Gladiator is like a Braveheart. That's like a Braveheart type film. That's it's a total. When that was out, people still quote it to today. Like, that was a legendary movie. The second one,
that's a forgettable movie.
You could have just passed that one on by. But yeah, that's I could go all day on the Gladiator too. I just had to definitely get I had to watch it, but I wish I would have just streamed it.
I was so excited in the theater, waiting for it to get better, and it just never did. And then it was too late.
It was too late. And
there were some cool things.
Listen, by the time I was even trying to give it a chance, Denzel was like riding around on the horse, and I was like, yo.
Well, he didn't change his accent in any way. He just acted like he was from New York and American.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Everybody has an accent in this movie.
Oh, for sure. He could have walked up and been like, let me get a bagel and a coffee and one of those little pastry dishes.
But I'm Denzel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. So what's the next one?
That was not good. Who was that? Ridley Scott?
That was Ridley Scott, yeah.
What's going on, Ridley?
Well, he did the Alien Romulus, not to switch it up, but the Alien Romulus is legit.
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Or did he just produce it?
You don't think he didn't do anything with it?
I don't think he directed it. It was the director of some old like horror movie guy.
Oh, never mind.
Or girl, or I don't know. But I thought I told
amazing.
You. It was sick.
all those little stupid machines.
I told you it was good.
All right, so if he didn't do that, then I don't know what he was doing. Then you know what they did? They went over there and just went on a vacation and whatever fucking
he
Greece.
just dicked around.
Greece or wherever country they
showed up for work. Huh?
Yeah. He was like, cut. They were like, it's not started yet. He's like,
well, I got a reservation for some linguine on the Pacini.
For sure.
Yeah.
I got fresh oysters being cracked over here by fucking...
Yeah, couldn't imagine.
All right, let's go next. All right, so Penguin is next. Penguin, legit show.
Phenomenal.
And the fact that they signed up for the 3 movies and didn't even hinker at the second season, and then now the first season, what they did, they were like, maybe the HBO second season, possibly?
Well, it's like they shouldn't even have a second season, but it was so good.
You got to skip one of those little gay Batmans with Robert Pattinson, Mr. Goth.
You know, what do you mean?
In that Batman series with like the Colin Farrell and that whole series is together, Robert Pattinson, I'm totally not feeling him as Batman.
Well, see, I'm not feeling as much, but I will say people are convincing me because they're saying he just started. He's just started as Batman.
His makeup looks retarded. He looks like a bad Halloween skull costume.
Oh, when he has the, I'm depressed. So tired. Give me a coffee and a cigarette.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Then when he was pushing the table and he just looked like a skinny kid.
And they try to tell him, like take off your shirt a certain way.
I don't like that Robert Pattinson was like, I'm not going to work out. I'm like, James Dean. What?
James Dean?
Batman's big and strong.
Yeah, and his character sucks, but what is awesome to come out of that is Colin Farrell totally stole that show. And I'm talking about Jesus, Bear. Colin Farrell totally stole the Batman. You can't even you could put fucking anyone in Batman there. It's like Jerry Jones putting a new fucking head coach in there. Whoever, get in there, sure, do what you got to do.
But no, that Penguin, you couldn't even tell it was Colin Farrell. It was, such a good job.
No, people gave him shit about it being like Tony Soprano or this or that. He came up with a fucking character. Of course, he's gonna pull from here, there, whatever. I thought
it was a mafia mob story.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that I hope, since they signed up for 3 Batmans, I think they should definitely do some type of second series of the Batman and then lead into the other 2 Batmans that are still left. The mom and his backstory, how much they accomplished from episode 1 to that final episode, to show it to show who he really is as a kid.
When they showed him as mom. Well, let's just start. All right, let's just start.
All right.
When it showed him as a kid.
That was incredible.
And it showed how his brothers were more agile, and he couldn't really move.
That was the last 2 episodes.
But I'm just saying, as a whole story, I just want to start from the beginning to end of the actual story. It's a kid, and he could limp around with his limp foot. They never explained his foot situation.
That little kid did such a good job because he made that character be a little bitch. I
hate that little kid.
You know what I'm saying? He made that character be such a little bitch.
Good actor by that little kid.
For sure. Mm-hmm. With all jealous when she played zombies with the other 2. They're running around. He was his little fucking Forrest Gump.
And he left them there to die. And then saw the water trickling. He was he snuggled up in his mom.
The fucking water rise up in that jar outside.
And he knew.
And he kept going, "Ma, what you want? Ma, what you want? Ma,
Ma, you want a meatball sandwich? I'll make it for you.
Here's your TV dinner. Here's your TV dinner.
You're sick, here's Tylenol."
I'm like, I'm going to take care of you, Mom. I'm going to take care of you. You got fucking Forrest Gump braces on your legs, and you're overweight, TV
You killed
dinner.
your brothers were playing with you.
Having fun with you. And the one older brother was like, yo, he was
older
really
brother was
in
cool.
control. He was really like, yo, fucking Oz, shut the fuck up. Get over here.
What's happening here?
And then playing with the other brother. Yeah.
So pissed. So that's the backstory.
God, they did good. And then the young mom actor, and then
God.
Then they
that
showed
was a
her.
good one.
Then they showed with the Rex Calabria guy, which he played a sick character. He made it look like he was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
To a little kid in the Brooklyn neighborhood or whatever they were.
Yes.
And then he's growing up.
It's just like that one movie where he was
Cadillac.
What's that movie where he saw the little kid wanted to hang out by the bar and Robert De Niro's in it? Kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah. Oh, Bronx Tale.
Yeah, reminded me of that a little bit.
Yeah. So that part of it was cool, and then they showed the mom she did
She wanted to kill him.
She did the books for him, so that's how she kind of laundered the money around for him.
Yeah.
So that's why he went to her, and then And then
when she knew the next morning.
The next morning she found the fucking flashlight,
and she knew.
And she was like, I knew he was playing down there with him. He locked him in there.
He lied to me.
He lied to me. Like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? Well, I wanted to kill him. But that was what was sick is right away how Rex was like, well, in my line of work
for us real well.
Like in my line of work, people don't give a fuck like that. Like I could use a person like that. And
people like that exist.
Look what he
he became a monster. But then what happened after that? Bro. Then in the story, then what? He becomes a limo driver. He grows up, becomes a limo driver.
He was a driver for Falcone.
Or was it Salvatore?
No, he was the driver for Falcone.
Yes.
And then he got Sofia in trouble.
Which, hold on, pause, by the way. The new actor was sick. I thought he was great. I like him as an actor in general. Because he's not the same Batman actor.
Who?
Falcone.
Oh, he isn't?
No.
Oh, he wasn't.
That's the Transformers
guy.
Dude.
You're right.
Who they both played great.
You're right. So anyway, when Sofia died, then he kind of moved in and started doing a lot of work in that club. Because if you remember in the Robert Pattinson one,
Sofia didn't die.
If you Robert Pattinson one in the Batman, he met him in that club that he was in control of running the girls.
Yeah.
So in the series, when it says that he used to be at the club, that part of it was dope. How they portrayed that, like how they smooth transitioned that.
But he was a limo driver for them, and then he got tired of it. And what was going on?
No, he didn't get tired of it. He just came up. He
kept rising up in the family.
Yeah, he started controlling the club. And then after he controlled the club, he started meeting more people. And
they had him run little jobs, but he was still their little.
And then remember he did that, and then he started doing the whole drug thing, and then killed off all the fucking families in Penguin, and then he became and then he was like,
well, I mean that's the overall story. I was trying to creep into it.
Huh?
Go on.
No, I'm saying like that's what happens afterwards. I mean, he basically goes from the club doing that shit to right into the Penguin thing when he starts running around all the drugs everywhere.
Because of the mushroom thing.
Yeah, and then that gets so big and overflowed over the pot. He knows I got to get out. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna do all his jail time. So then he goes and fucking weasels his way into the fucking the government, kind of like not the government, but
they're like senators or congressmen or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. So like a little politician. So he tries to. So he.
Politician.
So he gets in the little politician world to where he's like, I'm not going to get in trouble now. And it shows him with that top hat. That was dope.
That was sick at the end with the top hat.
And then, but the only thing that was insane is when he went up there and the mom's there.
Well, oh, that's the time where we got to stop. We got to come back for part 2.
Part 2. Okay.
All right, where were you at?
So he gets. Oh, so anyway, so the mom is up top.
Well, hold on.
What?
I wanted to get to that. You kind of rushed through the whole season.
Okay, so start where you think.
All right, go on with what you were saying first.
So I couldn't believe when the mom told this motherfucker, "Don't make me be a vegetable. If I'm a vegetable, end my life. I'm done. Don't make me lay up there like that." But in his sick own mind, he needs it to be like, I did it. My mom's up there.
I got mom in the penthouse.
I got my mom in the penthouse.
No, you didn't.
You fuck.
And he was dancing with the weird,
he was like wearing the
hooker
dress,
lady,
and he's like she was wearing the dress. Like, hey ma, tell me I did good, ma. Whoa, buddy biscuit.
How much in love were you with your mom?
Yeah, that was a little trippy there. But then again, you killed your brothers. Probably got a little trauma.
Tons. Where's the dad?
Killed Vick.
Hold on. Let me just let's rewind with Vick.
Moment of silence for Vick. When he killed Vick, I couldn't fucking watch it. I had to get up and turn it off.
When you told
I had
me,
to go back and watch the end.
Me when I was starting to watch because you were ahead of me, and I was like, I don't see how I could hate him. I was like, the Penguin's as cruel as he is. I was like, he's so fucking dope. And then you said, oh, you'll hate him. Because even he said, what's his name? Colin Farrell, when I heard him in an interview, and he goes, oh, I don't know how anybody could even like him after episode 8. And I was like, what does that mean? And then like 4 episodes in, Vic was like becoming his little buddy, his little here and his little there. And I was like, if he kills Vic.
The way he killed himself.
Then I'll hate him.
Because I didn't think he was.
And he
I really thought he was going to bring Vick to the end. Because the way they set up.
It was over.
And the way I in my mind, before that happened.
And Vick was his buddy.
In my mind, I was like, he's going to become a politician. He's going to keep Vick as the underworld. And then he's going to have and then he fucking killed him.
But he killed him because...
no ties to anything.
He can't have... Because he did love him. And he knew, I can't have you out there. But he loved him because Vick was such a good fucking dude.
He was a solid character. He was
loyal.
Cool character. Well, he had no choice. Did you see the flood? The flood?
Well, I'm saying in the beginning he had no choice, but then he made that choice with the girlfriend, and he made that choice, I'm going to stay.
But look how sick that series was. It showed you...
The flood from the Batman.
They showed you the flood from the Batman,
with the Riddler.
It showed you, and it showed how people died, and this was a big deal, and like it showed the water rush through and hit, and then the bombs going off. I mean, that was insane how they showed that. And they showed you the backstory of the Penguin, and then when he was little, and I mean that series. I know they did that.
And we haven't even talked about Sofia.
I know, but I know they did the couple of directors, and bro, it worked out. Because the storyline and everything, the episode was jumpy and it was just perfect.
It has to still all come from Matt Reeves' head. There has to be an overarching that he said, make this happen. I mean, there's no way, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It
has to connect to his movie.
It just felt so Gotham. It felt as Gotham as how like the Michael Keaton days felt when they bring it to golf.
Dark. And gross.
Like Gotham
and like people
City,
just like running around.
It made it feel like that. So that's what I loved about the series and how it just, God, that was a good series. And Colin Farrell was just so amazing in it.
Well, his relationship with Sofia was so crazy.
When they showed that little backstory.
On how she like had him be his little bitch, kind of be her little, like whatever driver and do this and do that. Go pick up this.
It showed you how the kids were like, fuck you, little fat fuck.
Yes.
Penguin bitch.
Yes.
Just like with the reason why that's why when he shot him like that, you were like, oh wow, he was pretty pissed that he called him that. But then when you saw that later episode, he was like, what, that fat fucking penguin? Who gives a fuck about him? And he was driving, it's me. That's why when you knew, oh, that's why you had no problem killing him. Because you were like, okay, little bitch.
He's also the reason why Sofia went to the insane asylum.
Somewhat. He didn't know that he was going to do that to her.
No, but he did turn her in when he was like, "What's going on? Hey, let me go get out." He knew she was getting arrested.
He fucking fucked over every single person.
Anybody. He was.
Remember when he was on his knees
when they caught him? He was with this person and this person and this person.
Well, he was on his knees, and the Marconis drove up and did that whole thing. And Sofia's looking at him like, "Wait,"
and he's just.
Well, he's like, "You're in business with these motherfuckers."
And then he was lying to them about her straight to her face, and she's like, "What the?"
That was fucking crazy.
But he was making sense, just talking his way out of it.
And then Vick rolled up and fucking smashed. And
see, that was the episode that I was saying that Vick made his mind up. And then when he did that, then he was his buddy.
That was insane, is what it was. That was absolutely fucking
And he
insane.
turned on Sofia because the whole time he was working with Sofia just to get her mushrooms. And then he fucked her over. And then in the end, when he double fucked her over.
But then, look, you couldn't kill that big motherfucker either because Marconi fought him. When? That big Italian fuck in the subway.
Yes.
Big fuck. Fought him. He started having a heart attack. And he's like, well, what the fuck's happening? He's like,
that was kind of cool.
He's like, I'd see you. And he's like, let him die. See you. Blew it up.
He got the whole business then.
It's sick how he accomplished everything based upon he was just relentless in that. But
yeah, he had one goal
when he killed Vick.
But how about Sofia when you thought he was going to kill her and then
they just better do a second series
or
what?
And then she went back to the insane asylum. When you thought he was going to kill her, and the cop showed up and just tossed her back in there.
He was going to kill her, and when she was like, "Wait, what? The lights? Okay, lights? What the?" And then knew, I'm going back
to that crazy place. Which by all her crazy scenes.
Okay, first of all, whoa.
That's Arkham.
You might as well call it fucking Lobotomy Island. because they were just
Guantanamo Bay.
Bro, they were just like, bring them down, get them back over them, and get it back over there.
I guess it's not working.
And then when they're in there, here's some drugs.
So you're just all...
Could you just leave my brain alone, please?
What else was I going to say about that? That she went back... Oh,
they're zapping people and giving them mushrooms. Hey, buddy, my brain...
Oh.
Have you seen the commercials you guys put out with the eggs? Like, I'm done.
How about Sofia killing the family?
Sickest scene.
That was a really cool scene.
You know what's dope about that is that I thought the house blew up. I thought she put bombs in there because in the morning it got real bright. So I was like, oh, what's happening? I didn't even know. And I was like, oh, nothing happened. I thought it was like on fire. Nothing. I was like, oh, she didn't do anything? Oh, yeah, she did something.
And she left that one window open for
that guy.
And it showed her before. If you watch it over again, you see she's waiting out that window smoking a cigarette.
Yep. And she left it open for that dude knowing he's going to sleep in here. And then he did. And then she kept him but fucking cold as fuck in that like little room. In that like cemetery.
Yeah. But then she used him to get the family back together. And then she went...
I mean, what sucks about her is that she did everything right too to get out and say see ya. And she didn't deserve to go in. And she wasn't half as bad as what Penguin did.
She deserved to go in because her dad only put her in there because she knew what happened to the mom.
Totally.
Because he killed her.
Totally.
She found her hanging. And the dad came in and he was like, oh, shit.
Oh, hey, it's okay. You sit down here. I don't want you to see that.
But the hanging was fake. He just beat the shit out of her. His hand was all bloody. He was like, oh. Hey.
Or she was fighting back.
But still, the hanging was fake.
Yeah.
That was a good series.
Gosh, that was insane when she killed everybody like that. That was so dope.
Yeah, that was, then she went with the little girl down there, and she was like, just stay here. I'll be right back.
But then at the very end, she said, none of this is going to ever happen to you. And she was in that group home and then told. Holy shit. That was a great fuck. That's what I'm saying. You can't have you're not going to do a second series of that. You're just gonna go
what other show could they do?
You're just going to go right into a fucking Batman? Come up with something.
Does it have to be the Penguin? What other show could it be?
I don't know, but it was sick. I hope they don't just jump straight into another fucking Batman.
Like, are they going to do a show, Batman, then a show?
Or if they do a Batman, who's the other character?
Well, they're shooting it right now.
Who's the other person?
Nobody knows who the bad guy is.
Fuck.
Everybody thinks that
Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze because they just flooded the whole place. But at the same time, during Penguin, you didn't hear about any backstory Batman shit. So you would have heard about the Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or they would have put it in the credit things. That Joker kid character from that first Batman
the Riddler?
they put in. Yeah.
Well, I love Paul Dano.
Not the Riddler, the Joker.
Oh.
That little ending scene that
he
just
released the scene and he was like, yeah, this is a Joker.
It was sick.
It was good. It was gross.
Damn, I'm just really anxious to know what they're going to do about that.
Penguin?
Yeah.
I'd like a second season, but I don't think they should do a third.
No, definitely. I just thought they would do another series to transition into that. All right, so anything, what else we got left?
Batman, Matt Reeves. Talked about how the mom... that's all we got for Gladiator 2 and Penguin.
All right.
We had Red Hulk to talk about. We got another 7 minutes to talk about Red Hulk.
So before the Red Hulk comes out, I just am saying this straight the fuck up to Marvel, okay? The only way you're going to save this whole thing that you guys did such a beautiful job building up and then ending it terrible with all of the...
Yeah, the past 5 years has been
I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say all the series you tried to drop, all the movies.
Loki was okay.
Kind of. It was a little Star Wars-y to me.
Okay.
But the way you're going to save this, Marvel, is coming back with the Hulk.
The real Hulk.
I don't want to... This American Captain America, whatever the fuck you're calling it, better just be the Red Hulk getting crazy. And then leading into the Green Hulk having to come back and then doing his whole fight thing with him. And then the third Hulk movie being something about him versus the universe or something like that.
They haven't had a Hulk movie yet. He's been in everybody else's movies.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about the Mark Ruffalo hasn't had his own.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's what I mean. So come out with the Red Hulk. Awesome. Build that character up. I hope it's Red Hulk the whole time and not regular Anthony Mackie.
It's going to be Anthony Mackie dealing with the elemental bullshit because of the island.
He's a normal person. And he doesn't have an Iron Man suit. He has kind of one. So for me, it's like...
I just can't accept that
he's not War Machine.
Take the juice.
He's not War Machine. If they would have told me, if they would have said something right away where Anthony Mackie was like, okay, I'm going to be Captain America. And they're like, okay, cool, here's your shot. And he was like, okay, cool. And they put him in the thing. That'd be a little more believable. But he's just going to be this regular dude running around with some like Falcon wings. That's why that's why this whole Marvel thing is just
Now, I'm not going to say that if you called him Falcon, his character's not cool. The wings and the shield
Bucky
and everything he can do is cool. The flying, the fast, and he does the ball thing that he's done cool shit.
Winter Soldier Bucky should have turned into Captain America.
It's the calling him Captain America thing for me. I don't care if there was a comic book.
No.
It's that he is a cool character, but he's not Captain America.
But the only way they're going to save this if they just go straight Hulk. Red Hulk. Go into Mark Ruffalo, real Hulk fighting Red Hulk, and then the third one,
Hulk movie.
And then the third one, right, will just be the Hulk universe.
All we know they're coming out right now is Fantastic Four,
which
That's
looks
all
pretty
we know.
decent,
and then
character-wise. But the Silver Surfer character.
What do you mean? What's wrong with that?
Did you see the Silver Surfer character?
There's two of them.
Huh?
There's two of them.
What do you mean?
There's supposed to be two in the movie. There's a guy and his girl, and a guy and a girl. It's supposed to be about a husband and wife. Two Silver Surfers.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one girl is the girl from that like Shameless show.
She's the female one.
Yeah. So who's the guy?
I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, the Silver Surfer.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. It's about two of them. I'm assuming that she dies, and then it's just Silver Surfer.
The first two Fantastic Fours were absolutely fucking terrible. Then the one that came out with Miles Teller, and you know what I'm talking about, that middle one, that one was pretty decent.
I liked it. People didn't.
That was pretty.
I liked it.
It was okay.
It had its things.
But they had nobody else in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Doctor Doom was decent, but he wasn't like Doctor Doom, how the comics are supposed to be portraying him and how he's... how.
True.
I think we're going to see the real Doctor Doom with Downey. I think we're going to
see some crazy shit with Robert Downey Jr.
For sure.
I'm hoping that they go with the story that I read and that some nerdy people said online, that it's Iron Man... loses the Avengers. They fail a mission and he loses everybody, and it was partially his fault or something. So then he goes crazy and gets revenge on Doctor Doom and he becomes his own Doctor Doom. That's the partial story that I heard, and I'm hoping that sounds fucking awesome.
That sounds awesome. I just think that you need to bring back Hulk big time. They got rid of his character like that in an odd, weird way.
The only reason, yes,
that was a very weird thing they did.
You just
with his character.
ended him.
It made him like funny and like not
after he was so cool in Thor.
It's very weird what they did to his character. It's very weird. It made him like all like soft. He's not. It's the Hulk.
Smart Hulk.
Fucking retard. Like, I didn't like that. What
were we just talking about?
I don't know. I just know that it needs to be this Red Hulk. Then you need to have a Hulk or two, and then you need to have that whatever's going on with Fantastic Four and Doomsman.
That's what I was going to say. Is I'm hoping that they go that Iron Man route, because Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man in all this.
Yeah,
that's who he is. And you can do the multiverses. It's always going to be his person in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that they aren't just like it's Robert Downey Jr. and he's just who's Doctor Doom's. Who's the character? What's his name?
Doctor Doom.
The name. I don't know.
Whatever his name is.
But I'm hoping that he's not just like that guy, and they make no reference to Iron Man. Like
I would be like, what? He just takes off his helmet. It's like him with like a little different makeup or something.
Yeah, or like they just make never reference.
He looks like Edward Munster. Like,
yes, that's what I mean. Something silly that I'm like, they just make no reference to Iron Man. I'm like, well, that'd be stupid. He's
no
just
offense if you do have him see, it should be him seen for 2 seconds like that, and then whatever melts on him or whatever happens to his thing that doesn't come off, he puts his mask on, it doesn't.
Is
come
that
off.
even the thing? Because that's all I saw from the Johnny Storm days.
I don't even want to know the story back behind it, to be honest with you. I just want to be able to see what happens. I just know that when you see him regular, then he has his mask on. It better be just a total different character or a total different thing that's like, directed.
But yeah, this is definitely not a Captain movie for me. This is a Red Hulk movie. That's the only reason I'm saying
better be a ton of just nothing but Red Hulk.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. Mm-hmm. And then come back with another Mark Ruffalo Hulk against him. And
then do your
and then do your Fantastic Four shit. But that's the way that's the only way Marvel's gonna be able to come back to save this
is
one.
with Hulk.
Yeah. I totally
They
agree.
tried with Spider-Man, and it was like, you guys had
decent,
great. All three of them came back.
Ending Ant-Man's 3, all Quantumaniums or whatever. Like those were
his story is over.
Yeah, I mean, they played all those out as much as they could. That Quantumanium was getting a little Star Wars too.
Very much with.
He said that he was going to.
What? I'm out of here.
Okay. Boop.
Yeah, it was a little much.
Yeah. So there you go. Hope we have enough clips to.
Okay.
Get to the next one. Yes. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, over and out. Adieu.